Now let's take a look at some other activities in the National Assembly during the week. This is an investigative hearing by an ad hoc committee of the House of Representatives. The committee is mandated to find out if the Niger Delta region is being shortchanged by the federal government. The NDDC, stakeholders and the Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris, who is representing the Minister of Finance, are all in attendance at the hearing.
As far as derivation is concerned, there is also a requirement of the law that certain percentage should go to NDDC. Now, what do I do? There is a constitutional dilemma. From 2010 to date, we gave NDDC surplus of 38.881 billion.
His claim is countered by the NDDC.
If you have 15% of certain sum, at what point will you begin to deduct more than 15%? That gave rise to overpayment to us. As of January this year, the total outstanding is 1.317 trillion.
Members of the committee question if the Establishment Act of the NDDC contradicts the Nigerian constitution.
From the federal government, the equivalent of 15% of the total monthly statutory allocations due to member states of the Commission from the Federation account, this being the contribution of the federal government to the Commission.
The Constitution says we should distribute funds or allocate Federation monies to 3 tiers of government. That is consistent. 13% derivation goes to states, and that is where, to me, I said there are issues like a constitutional dilemma. I don't have legal basis to touch monies due to states and give to a third party.
Further investigation is to be carried out as the Accountant General has asked for more time to liaise with the Attorney General and the NDDC to clarify the supposed constitution clash and the disparity in figures.
Is not as strong as...
Meanwhile, the National Assembly held its second Capital Market Stakeholders Forum, organized by the Joint Committee of the National Assembly Committee on Capital Market and the Security and Exchange Commission. It was an occasion which pulled together critical people in the sector.
I'm glad to report to you that the mutualization bill has been passed for the stock exchange, awaiting presidential assent. We have also passed the Companies and Allied Matters Act. All the amendments needed, we have done them, and also waiting for presidential assent.
Critical stakeholders in the finance sector maintain that the capital market has contributed to the nation's economic development.
The Nigerian capital market has actually been serving as a catalyst for economic growth and development. However, some potentials are still untapped.
The necessity for stable long-term funds for the actualization of the vision of economic growth and development therefore places Nigeria's capital market in a unique and strategic position for which it must be prepared. It is my expectation, therefore, that at this forum, ideas will be generated on how the Nigerian capital market can become a reliable source of large pools of stable funds that can be readily accessed by local and international institutions seeking to do business in Nigeria.
Other participants also spoke on how far the capital market has come and how it is being enhanced to be more efficient.
I think, for example, that if you look at our country post-recession, I think that the capital market also played quite a critical role in terms of that exit from recession. And I think that it holds the key in terms of even our future and further economic growth and development.
The chairman to lead us.
The House of Representatives also held an investigative hearing on the dissolution of the board of Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission. The hearing is organized by the House of Representatives Committee on Power.
In view of the complex and intricate nature of the Nigerian electricity supply industry, there is the possibility that the NERC has acted in the interest of the industry, as it claimed. However, this may not be in compliance with the spirit and letters of the law.
The chairman of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission is the first to face the committee.
IBEDC had filed a suit in the Federal High Court in Abuja, and we were served this order on the 27th of June this year. Now, once this issue pertaining to the specific legal question has been submitted to court for determination, all parties must wait for the court to determine the next action.
Has the Commission obeyed the order of the court? Chairman.
Yes, we have.
Did you make an announcement rescinding your suspension of the board?
Recognizing the war status quo as interpreted in the court, we have maintained the same status and we have not done anything beyond what the court recommended.
After further discussions, the committee finally gives a resolution.
A consent from all parties to obey the court order and look for mediatory measures as provided by NEC, the regulator, to resolve the matters with, of course, even the appellants being happy with the outcome.
This position, according to the committee, would help ensure that the sector is strengthened and that it continues to grow. Now, this is where we call it a day on this week's edition of the Gavel. If you have any views on any of the issues discussed, please email us on thegavel@channelstv.com. Thank you for staying with us and see you again next week.